My name is Cody, and I start wars for fun. I'm not joking. It all started months ago. I was playing on my friend's Minecraft server when we realized it was day 1000. This was important because it meant I had gone 1000 days without dying, something no ordinary man was capable of. To celebrate this achievement, my friend Starfish decided to hold an event that would risk my 1000 day streak. Like anyone looking for free content would do, I accepted. The event would take place miles away, and there would be a border placed down to mark the edges of our playzone. Once you enter, you can't escape. It's also probably important to mention that we were only allowed to bring in a few items, stuff like tools and armor. But things like food and shelter you would have to scavenge for on your own. It was going to be an all-out war out there. At this point, I could have stopped. I should have put an end to it. Then Starfish mentioned that there would be a huge grand prize to whoever won. And just like that, I was in. So, the game began. First, I needed to get food, because I didn't want to die. Not this early, at least. Fortunately for me, I was the person who picked out the area we were going to be holding the event. So, I knew exactly where food was. It was just on the other side of the map, inside a village, surrounded by mobs. But I only had to travel a couple hundred blocks, so how hard could it be? It took days! I was over here climbing mountains and jumping into canyons, all while Starfish was busy looting the village! I did make it, however. He was so distracted killing monsters that he hadn't even noticed I snuck in and robbed him of all the food supply. I mean, eventually he noticed and tried to stop me, but like Albert Einstein once said, the mission isn't over until it's over. So I kept mining the hay bales, and he kept on attacking me. So I kept mining the hay bales, and he kept on attacking me. Okay, alright, I get it, okay, I'll let you have the village, I went mining instead. Now would seem like a good time to mention that one of the rules for the war was Starfish and I would have equal armor and gear when starting this. You know, seems fair enough. That way the other person wouldn't be at a disadvantage at the start of the event. But you see, the thing was, my sword had Fire Aspect 1 on it. And Starfish's had Fire Aspect 2! And I know what you guys are saying. Oh, Cody, big deal. His sword has a slightly better enchantment than yours. It won't even be that big of a difference. Wrong! It was a huge difference. You see, Fire Aspect 1 does 80 fire ticks per hit. This is 4 seconds of being on fire. But Fire Aspect 2 does double, meaning he does 8 seconds of fire damage. And the first second doesn't even count because it's actually done by the weapon itself, not the fire aspect. So now I'm only dealing 3 seconds of fire damage while he's over here doing 7! I'm no mathematician, but that's like 57% more time, meaning I take 57% more damage than him. Oh, but Cody, you could just put yourself out with water. Plus, the fire damage barely does anything. No, when it comes to war, anything, and I mean anything, counts. 57% is a lot. Especially when you're getting swung at every 1.6 seconds. If I take time to use my water, then I'm just giving him more time to do damage to me. And right after I use my water, I'll just be on fire again. It's useless! It was clear, I needed to upgrade my sword. But I didn't have time to go enchant or look for a Fire Aspect book. No, I needed to prepare for war. So I figured that the best way to get Fire Aspect without doing any work myself was through slavery. So I made a hidden area deep within a mountain where I was able to store my volunteers at.
Your war efforts will be appreciated.
So, you know, your villager that you trapped down in like here or whatever it was? Yeah. I took him, put him in a villager breeder, but you're wondering, Cody, you need a second villager. Well, this whole time I had one hidden down here, and you had no idea. And so I took them both, and now I have infinite villagers, and you will lose this war. It only took me 30 minutes to do that. You could have done that when you were online, but you didn't have the balls.
I drew. You suck! You suck!
Yeah! What are you gonna do? Next, I needed to make a base of operations. Starfish was already getting started on making a fort, but I needed a base. A secret one. One that would be so well hidden that not even Starfish would be able to. I made it right up against the border. I mean, literally, we started the event in, like, right over there. But surely he won't see the giant hole which leads down into my base. Right? I had a secret base, but Starfish had an entire fort. So I made a fort of my own. It was on the mountain just across from his, which actually gave me a few strategic advantages. For example, looking through his windows at night, and the secret tunnel that led right into his fort, which never got used. But besides that, this base's main purpose was to help me claim Starfish's fort whenever I needed to. In order to claim one's fort, you need to either defeat them or make them retreat during a battle. And then you can take down their banner and put up one of your own, thereby claiming their fort. My banner had this garbage design at first, but I changed it to this. Also, Starfish's banner looked like this, but he's not important. So, while Starfish was busy doing whatever teenagers do when they're busy, I was fortifying my secret base with obsidian, just for some extra protection. Because remember, kids, protection is always important. Also, I went to the Nether to gather some simple resources. It was now day 2 of the war, and my secret base was finished. I wanted to keep everything compact into one small square rather than expand it out, so that's why all of my farms were condensed into a kind of small area, because I couldn't risk Starfish finding my secret base. I mean, of course you can mine at bedrock level and follow along the borders and easily find my base, but I'm willing to take that risk. In other news, Starfish named his fort Ticonderoga No. 1. So I was forced to name mine Ticonderoga No. 2. I don't know why he named it Ticonderoga, but I'm like 90% sure he was talking about the pencil. I used some of the resources I found in the Nether to make potions, but not just any old potions. Strength potions. The next morning, it was time for battle. I had everything I needed to take out Starfish. It was just a waiting game at this point. Who was going to strike first, and when? Eventually, it was Starfish who made the first move. So, I drank a potion and started to beat the crap out of him. Because, damn Starfish is not in my house!
Oh my gosh! What potion did you down?
Potion I down, and why is it not doing anything? I don't know.
Oh, instant health. Okay, that makes sense. I was actually worried that you had strength or something.
After a little bit of fighting, Starfish was unable to handle my masculinity, and he retreated, giving me the perfect opportunity to claim his fort.
Oh, thank goodness I got pearls, otherwise I would be dead right now. I'm not gonna...
Then he blew up my fort.
Which didn't matter because I now had the Fort Ticonderoga. I felt kinda bad though. I mean, he spent a whole day building this fort and getting resources to try to defeat me, only to fail. So, out of pure empathy, I invited him over for a cup of tea. Nothing was gonna stop me from winning, even if it costed my friendship. I sold a kidney to get to this point. Welcome to the painful truth that we all have to suffer and endure in our lives, Starfish. Have that back. Yeah, you can have all that stuff there. I could have taken everything from him. In fact, I took most things from him. But I did feel a little bad. Also, I was deeply scared of him. I mean, look at this dude. He just doesn't wear pants. Only God knows what he does alone at night. I was successful that day, and now I had won the Battle of Ticonderoga. But I knew I couldn't rely just on killing Starfish and taking his resources. No! If I wanted to win, I needed to destroy any and all hope that he had of winning. I needed to do something that would leave a permanent taste in his mouth. Something so bad, there was no way he would be able to come back from it.
Welcome to the real world, Starfish.
I began by destroying his tree farm. He needed apples to make golden apples. So, if I made it impossible for him to harvest and regrow those apples, then I think he might just give up. So I started a forest fire. The plan didn't work. Like, at all. It was more of a minor inconvenience for Starfish, but that didn't matter, because I had a plan B. The last couple of nights, I had been killing creepers for gunpowder, and by killing Starfish, I had even more. So by getting some sand and gunpowder, I was able to create a couple stacks of TNT. And if it came down to it, I could just destroy everything he owned. Of course, I couldn't reveal any of my plans to him. It's just like what Abraham Lincoln once said. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. I had to keep everything I was doing under wraps, especially when I went mining later that day.
There are so many ender pearls on the floor.
Oh my god! I don't even think I need to explain how strong and overpowered these things were. That golden apple single-handedly gave me the power of 10 suns. I was ready to kill God or become him. I was climbing closer and closer to victory, but so was Starfish. I knew that the only thing I could do was try and slow him down. So I did this in the best way I knew how. Through bullying! Starfish was experiencing a bit of a famine. He had no farm and no food to his name. Wow, you really have nothing. You're like going through a famine. And when he went searching for food, I sabotaged his whole mission by following him and killing any and all animals that he finds. Jeez, once again I almost feel bad.
Don't need it. Codyy! Codyy, no! You're such a bully! Oh my gosh! You're an awful person!
Hey, look, a cow! Oh, get your hopes up, too.
You suck! You suck. You eat nuts.
The next morning, I logged on to see that Starfish had built another base. So like any man would do, I made one of my own. I also made a lava moat around it. I was planning to build a throne, but I thought it would be a little over the top. And I wasn't here to try and make tiny cute sand castles. I was here to win. That was until I logged on the next morning. What are you doing? No, oh man, dude. You know how long I spent on this lava moat? Wait, does my banner stand? It does! The banner still stands! It's invincible! It's invincible!
What did I? Oh, bro. Oh, are you gonna drop down? Can't even see you. You're not even in my render distance. Ooh, shiver me timbers. Don't pick up my stuff, please. I need that.
You died.
Codyy,
I just processed
please,
that. Ooh, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Just joking. I would never do that to Starfish. Because I'm a good friend. You destroyed my base! You pay with your life!
You destroyed mine!
Yeah, but you did it first! Eventually, I chased Starfish all the way over to Fort Ticonderoga. You were here! Yeah, now you can't get up!
But I have a real Revenge of the Sith right here. Please let me up!
Haha! Oh, I see.
I have the same ground.
Yeah, but you know what you don't have? You don't have leaves! You don't have leaves! That really wasn't worth my time. Turns out that fighting someone on a really thin bridge was a bad idea. Starfish had got me down to 1.5 hearts. I had no other option. I needed to eat the apple. No, I don't die! No, I can't die! I had to use it there. I was so close to death, I didn't know what to do.
I have no idea what you just used.
I eventually chased Starfish out of Ticonderoga. But oh boy, was that close. But while I was celebrating my victory, Starfish began to take Fort Ticonderoga from me.
I need a base, dude. I need this so bad.
Okay. Hey, you know what? You know what? You and I were friends at one point.
Codyy, come on, we can truce this. I need this base. I need this base. You know I need this base. Come on. You can keep 2 of the bases. I just need 1. Come on. Let's be reasonable about this. Let's be reasonable. Let's be reasonable, dude. I don't want to build another base. I need this. Codyy, better.
Fine.
Alright. Thank you.
I probably could have fought him and taken the fort back. But then I'd be out of content for the next year. So I let him keep his base and get away this time. Sooner or later, I would be back. Right away, I got to work on a forward operating base. This base was going to help me checkmate Starfish. If I was going to win, I needed to have a base outside every single one of his windows. Every time he woke up, I wanted him to see my face staring at him from afar. If he wanted to take a bath, he was gonna have to scoot over because I was coming in. I wanted this man to suffer. And so, I began construction on my new tower. Just as construction began on my tower though, Starfish began constructing an even taller and stronger tower, right beside mine. Some would even say his tower was longer than mine. So, I took matters into my own hands, and made another.
Peace. That's the name of my fort.
Peace. I'm gonna take over your PDs. When the time comes, no pun intended. I had finished construction on Jeff Bezos' rocket. Yes, that's its name. And then finished construction on my new fort, White Mystery. You know, the airhead flavor. I decided to construct some walls around this fort because I thought it looked cool. It would now be the 5th day of war, and I was going to reclaim Fort Ticonderoga. If this battle was successful, then I could begin phase 2 of my plan. Phase 1 was simply gathering resources and power. Once I've done that, I can use the resources like TNT to literally destroy all hope in Starfish's eyes. I was the master and he is but a novice. He's over here playing checkers while I'm playing Minecraft. He's through! It was the day of the battle. Starfish and I finished our towers, and he even repaired my old fort. This battle began like any other. We fought, he tried to take a tower from me, but failed. He retreated to Fort Vrigan, and then left me there alone to reclaim the fort. At first it looked like he was being stupid, but it turned out he just really wanted to blow something up. And this was the perfect distraction. Oh no. No! I was infuriated. That was my favorite tower. I spent like 14 minutes building that, and Starfish was like, nah, screw you, and blew it up. You're gonna pay for this. I'm gonna kill you, destroy everything. That tower was probably my favorite thing in this war. And now that it is gone, you have done goofed.
I'm kind of scared.
You should be scared. You messed up. He tried to claim my other forts, but failed. No boy did he fail. First, I cornered him, and then I took back Ticonderoga.
I lost Ticonderoga again. That sucks.
You lost all of them. It was over for him. He had no more forts, no more bases, and no more strategies. He was done. Starfish assured me that this wasn't over. Not yet, at least. I wasn't threatened by what he said. This man said he was going to kill me like 50 times and never did. So a threat like that meant nothing. Plus, it was now time for me to enter phase 2 of my plan. I started by expanding my walls out to greater heights. And I transformed my old tower into whatever this is. Next, I hid some dogs away because I planned to make a dog army. Dog armies don't really help in a war, but with enough of them, you can create a force field of dogs around you, making it harder for Starfish to hit me. And also, they can get really annoying. I was ready to go to any lengths to win this war. Then I brewed some extra potions. I don't know why I didn't make fire resistance potions sooner. They're cheap and super helpful in battle, especially because I still haven't gotten fire aspect 2 yet. Speaking of which, how are my villagers doing?
Make baby.
Even with all of that, I didn't know if it would be enough. I mean, it was enough to kill him, sure, but Starfish has always had a special quality about himself, which is he simply just doesn't give up. I mean, you could literally be sitting there killing him over and over again, and he just won't surrender. It's a great trait that he has, but in this case, it meant he was going to do everything in his power to make sure this war didn't end, even if it drove him into madness. So, I needed to go the extra mile and kill his family. I knew that the only way to defeat Starfish was by rivaling his madness with my own. If I got enough TNT, I could destroy any and all hope that Starfish had of winning. I would leave a dent in everything that he had built. A dent so large, it would make the Grand Canyon look like a messed up anthill. In order to do this, I needed gunpowder. Luckily, I had a few. But then something horrendous came to my attention. Starfish had similar plans to me. I didn't know how much TNT he had, but I knew he was preparing a lot of it. Oh, but Codyy, how could you possibly know this? Simple. I beat it out of him. Okay, but Codyy, what are you gonna do about this? What I do best.
Bully.
First, I attacked him until he gave me his TNT, and then battled him over gunpowder. Every day, Starfish was gathering about 1 stack of gunpowder, but I was tripling that. For the next week, I stayed up till 6 a.m. grinding for gunpowder, gaining around 273 pieces every day. But there was a slight problem with this though. You see, we had school at around 7 a.m. and it was early December, which meant 'tis the season for finals. So I was faced with a choice. Was it gunpowder or was it school? I mean, the choice was obvious. So every night I would farm gunpowder, and then every day I would mine sand, and then farm gunpowder, and then mine sand. This continued for weeks, until I had enough. enough TNT to satisfy my needs. Alright, so here was the plan. I would use all the resources given to me to defeat Starfish. Once I had done that, I would take everything from him. And then afterwards, just as he's grasping on for dear life, I would destroy any remaining hope that he had of winning. Which maybe, just maybe, he would then surrender. It was a good plan, with minimal flaws. I mean, after all, what could go wrong? Things went very wrong! First of all, I destroyed Starfish so bad that he literally had to go into hiding just to survive. I guess making fire resistance potions really was a good idea. Even the speed 2 helped, until he pearled halfway to Egypt. He was hiding for so long that my recording crashed twice. I decided to search for him, but that was where I made a fatal mistake. Because in the time I was searching for him, he had snuck back into my tower and set up a trap.
Give me everything. Everything. Give me all of it now, or I will set this trap
What do you mean
off.
by all of it?
Hey, come up here. Come up here. Okay, Cody, now stay there. Stay there. I mean, come up a little higher. Okay, now stay there. Give me everything, or I will set this off.
You mean like all the forts?
Yes.
What's in that?
everything.
What's in that?
TNT. Are you stupid?
Oh yeah? Prove it, punk. Prove it, punk. Oh, okay. Oh my god. No! Oh my god! Holy crap! Holy crap! Okay, I'll give you everything. Holy crap!
Ooh! And I also won all of your golden apples.
Okay, fine.
How many golden apples do you have?
I have 19. No, what the hell?
Oh, God, dude, I'm so much better than you. You should honestly quit
Wait,
now.
okay, I'll give you everything. Just don't take anything more from me, please.
Okay, I will not take anything more from you.
And just like that, my plans had been foiled. There was nothing left for me. Well, until I griefed all this stuff. But, if anything, this might have been better for me. Because now, Starfish had won. And he had control over all of the bases. This meant that his hopes for winning were at an all-time high. So if something bad happened, then that sure would be a shame. Yeah, we're doing this! The next couple of days consisted of a few things. First, regroup and re-gear. This meant repairing armor and restocking on food. Second, breed the hounds. These guys don't do much for me, but it's for the content. And third, and probably the most important, slavery. But not just any old slavery. Child slavery! By now, I had gotten fire aspect 2 on my sword, and I created a dog army. I was ready for battle. Now is probably a good time to mention that Starfish decommissioned all of the bases nearby and used its resources to create a bigger and better Ticonderoga. Now, if that isn't the start of a villain arc, then I don't know what is. Like, I'm sorry, but I saw Starfish with a wandering trader the other day, and he was giving them the eye. Like, we aren't going to be hearing from that guy ever again. It was now time. Time for my final stand. I began placing TNT beneath Fort Ticonderoga. I even made underground tunnels full of TNT, which led to the location of my old tower and Fort Ticonderoga number 2. I did have a few incidents that occurred while placing the TNT, but for the most part, I think it went well. Then it was time. I grabbed all of my gear and went into battle. And in a complete turn of events, Starfish decided to make a document which basically stated that this battle would be the last one. If you surrendered or died during any point, then you would lose the entire war. We both signed the document and agreement and headed to the battlefield. Now, when I say that this was laggy, I mean it was laggy. Starfish must have taken some ancient wisdom from the Enderman gods, because this man was teleporting everywhere. But for the most part, the battle went well. That was until Starfish became an alcoholic and started drinking potions like my Irish uncle last St. Patrick's Day. And the craziest part about it is I don't even know if I have an Irish uncle. And I'm a goner. This was it. It was the end. My 1,300 days of not dying were over. And now I was going to lose the war. My luck had finally run out. Psych! I am invincible, unkillable, immortal. I cannot be stopped. Starfish had me in the first half, but now he's gonna need a pacifier from the amount of crying he'll be doing once he sees this video.
Hello.
Hello. So I just want to say a few words.
Okay.
I just want to say that this war, it really has been an honor.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I just want you to know though that I'm so happy that you're filled with so much hope, but I could really just care less.
What did that do?
Oh, what did that do? I think you should wait just a little bit longer. No,
Okay.
don't attack me yet. Just wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I just want you to see.
It's not done yet.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That is really cool!
Yes! I knew you would go over there!
That was so cool, Cody!
Oh my god!
That was awesome.
Oh, your flag
That
is
was
still up.
awesome.
Oh, I still have 12 TNT to my name. I spent
Bro.
so long preparing that. By now, I had about one more plan I still wanted to do. I knew it wasn't going to help me too much, but it would be funny. So you knew I had to do it.
I see. That's a really bad idea,
It
dude.
it wasn't my brightest of plans, I will admit.
Hello, dog. How are you doing?
Come on down. Move!
There we go. That's so funny! It's because they're all dead! Everything's lagging! I don't...
What can I say? I got the best dogs.
And why is my regeneration doing so bad? You want to come to a truce?
Nope. At this point, I had only one potion left. I knew that if I was going to win this war, I would need to end it here and now. There goes your helmet, dude.
Oh, okay, I give up. Dang it, dude.
I had done it. I won the war. After 300 long days, it was finally over. Starfish was in complete shock. I mean, he literally just lost the war and his helmet. Today was just not his day. I mean, I already knew I was going to win the war the moment we started the event, but I was still a little surprised by the outcome. Yet, there were so many tactics I didn't even get to use in this video. But I'm telling you right now, Starfish, be glad you didn't get to see phase 3 of my plan, because it was brutal! All of that aside though, I just wanted to point out how insane my luck was during that whole event. I mean, 2 enchanted golden apples, all inside the play area, is insane! And the craziest part about it was I actually planted one of the apples there days before the event! I mean, Starfish literally had me choose where the event was going to be. So of course I did my research on the area. I mean, did you think a village, abandoned mineshaft, and 2 separate mob spawners was a coincidence? And technically, I didn't break the rules, because I planted that apple in a minecart long before the rules were even invented. I even had Starfish review the area, and he said that this was a perfect place to have the war. Also, he set up the boundary, not me. So really, it's his fault. Once I won the war, there wasn't much left for me to do, except celebrate my victory with humbleness and good sportsmanship. So
And
garbage.
pale
You're literally,
hands.
you're doo-doo.
You're
You're
very
so
pale.
booty cheeks.
You're
I stay
very
winning.
pale.
I stay winning
You're
while
very
you stay
pale.
losing. You are
very
so
pale.
garbage. You are
Cody,
worse
you
at
are
this video
so
game
wide.
than
You look like the wall-
You are so bad. Oh my god, you are the
You
worst.
look like the wall of China.
You are the worst
That's how
player in the
wide you
game. You're
are.
honestly, oh my god, you're so bad.
You're so wide.
Get
Cody.
doo-dooed on. Get booty. You're booty cheeks.
You're pale.
You're booty cheeks.
You're pale.
You're booty cheeks. Don't worry, Starfish and I are completely cool with each other. No one's actually upset with one another. I mean, until he watches this video. I've gained a lot from this war. Knowledge, patience, sleep deprivation, but most importantly, free content. I have a lot of respect towards Starfish. He fought very well in the end there, and he had a lot of cool strategies. Even though I'm an unkillable god, he still never gave up on trying to kill me. So, he has my full respect. And before people get angry with me for bullying Starfish, I did help him repair his helmet, and I saved the rest of his stuff when he died. So stay mad! With the 300-day war over, it was time for me to claim my grand prize. The very thing I had worked so hard to achieve.
What? What? This is a scam!